operating in that kind of an environment is very, very important that you get your continuous integration and your build release related strategies right. So we've been doing a little bit of work on this front. Fastlane is something we've been playing around with for a while. Akhilan has mainly been doing most of his work with iOS, but we recently started playing around with Fastlane and React Native apps. So he's going to share some of his learnings with us today.
Hi, is it audible?
Yeah.
So I'm Akhilan Arasu, and I'm a mobile app developer at Red Black 3. So I just recently started with React Native. Actually, I started yesterday, and so it took me around 4 hours to come up with an app. But let's start with Fastlane, right? So the mobile toolchain with Fastlane. So Fastlane is like a set of tools which basically allows you to deploy your apps on App Store or Play Store. So it basically automates your beta deployments and releases for iOS and Android apps, and it can generate screenshots, and it can handle the code signing and provisioning profiles and everything for you. So first we'll just look at how to install Fastlane. So basically for Fastlane, first you need to make sure that you have the latest build of Xcode, and you have to make sure and you have to have Homebrew installed on your Mac. So you just use the command brew cast install Fastlane, and it will just install the whole suite of tools. Okay, so Fastlane basically consists of like 14 tools. So Fastlane contains of 14 tools, and mostly you'll be working with 3 tools here. One is Cert, then you have Sci, and you have Gym. And basically what these tools do is, like, Cert takes care of your certificates, your development and distribution certificates. It can create them for you, and it can manage them for you, and it will even check whether your certificates are all in order. Sci, it looks at your provisioning profiles and it sees whether they are all in order, they match the certificate that you have created, and whether the provisioning profiles are the latest ones. Because sometimes you might have invalidated your provisioning profile and created new ones, right? So it will check all that for you. And Gym basically builds your iOS app for deployment. So how do you use Fastlane in your iOS or Android app? So you just go to your project's root directory in terminal and run the command Fastlane init. So when you do that, it will create a Fastlane folder for you. And in this folder, there will be 3 files which are of high importance. One is app file, the second one is deliver file, and the third one is fast file. So what do these files do for you, right? So let's take a look. So first is the app file. So app file contains your your app identifier, which you must have created when you were creating your app ID on developer.apple.com, and you basically put that in here. The Apple ID is basically what email address or whatever you signed up with, and this is the third one is team ID, which is your developer portal team ID, right? So that's app file for you, and the second one is fast file. So this is where all the magic happens, right? So basically, the fast file contains Ruby scripts which allow you to automate your deployments. So let me just go through step by step what these lines mean, right? So first you have to define like which platform you're going to use by default. So you can either specify iOS or Android, and you can basically just write that out. And then for each platform, you're just gonna look at all of these hooks basically. So before you want to do all the processing, what all environment variables you want to set up, whether you want to post a message on Slack or send an email using Mailchimp to all the admins, you can set up all of that over here. And then you have these lanes. So these lanes are the ones you use to start your deployment process. So basically you have a test lane, and then you have a beta lane, and then you have an app store lane, and so on. So the test lane basically you can just add a command to it and say scan. So scan is a tool in Fastlane. So scan basically runs all of the unit tests or UI tests that you have defined, and it just produces the output for you. It just checks whether all of it is in order. After running test lane, you can start your beta lane. So beta lane, you can see that increment build number, right? So normally when you're doing your iOS app deployment, the first thing you will do is open up your Xcode and go to this thing, the target, and then you will set your increment your build number. So if you don't increment your build number and the same build number exists already in your iTunes Connect this thing account, then it will say your build number. This build already exists, so you need to update your build number and all that. So all that stuff is taken care of by that single command, increment build number. And here I've set up, I've given the parameter Xcode proj, because we are dealing with React Native here, where you have both the code bases in the same place, right? So I have to give it the path to the Xcode project file, and then you use Gym. Gym will basically you know that when you usually build on Xcode, you just press the play button and it does everything for you, right? But in this case, you also have command line tools, which basically allow you to control everything through the terminal. So Gym will basically take care of all that, and the cool thing about this is that you can assign you can say that this is my code signing identity and this is what you should use for building the app. And then finally you have test flight. This test flight command will basically push your build to test flight. So I'll come back to all these parameters later, okay? Okay. Right. So that was your typical Fastlane script. This is directly from the website itself. It just basically whatever I've explained so far is there. Okay. So there are also a couple of more tools like Snapshot, Deliver. Okay. So Snapshot basically automates screenshot capture for you, right? So you can just create your unit testing bundle, and finally you can just put in a couple of lines saying, hey, while you're on the screen, just take a snapshot, a screenshot for me. And then it will just take all of those screenshots and put them inside your Fastlane folder. And using Deliver, you can upload all those screenshots directly to iTunes Connect. You don't have to do it manually. And okay, so how do you run that particular script, right? The script that you have written in the fast file. So all those lanes that you define. So for that, you just have to write two words, Fastlane, and then the name of the lane. So Fastlane Beta or Fastlane App Store, and it will just run your lane for you. Okay. So coming back to React Native. In React Native, both your Android code and your iOS code are in the same folder, right? So you need to have a common place where you can run Fastlane. So for that, what you do is you just go to your terminal and here you will just type in Fastlane init. You'll go to your root directory and just type in Fastlane init. And it will initialize Fastlane for you to create that folder containing app file and deliver file and fast file for you, and you can basically start writing your scripts. By default, there will be you will have all of the lanes defined for you, but the thing is it won't be customized for you, right? So when you want to customize it for you, you just go to you just add in all the parameters that you need to add. So in this case, since I want to optimize my iOS build, I basically say that for beta lane, I want to increment my build number, and then I want to use this particular code signing identity, and I want to just use. I mean, you will have faced this problem if you have done iOS deployment before. You will have seen that sometimes you get an email saying that, hey, there's no Swift support folder inside your project, so we can't process your build. So to deal with that, you have this parameter called use legacy build API, and that adds your Swift support folder for you. And then you have, and then when it finally builds your IPA file for you, you just have to run the test flight command. So the test flight command basically takes your username app identifier, and basically it just signs your this thing, and it pushes it to to iTunes Connect. The reason it's asking you for your username is because it's because you're connecting to iTunes Connect via your this thing, just directly without going to the website and uploading it, right? So that's why it's asking for your username. So there are two other parameters: skip submission and skip waiting for build processing. So skip submission means that when you are uploading your binary to the iTunes Connect, you don't want it to automatically go to the App Store, right? Because otherwise it will just be distributed to everyone without you doing a beta testing for it. So to do that, you have to say skip submission is true, and skip waiting for build processing basically allows the tool to exit as soon as it finishes uploading the binary. So that's skip waiting for build processing. So let me just show you the output so far. So you see that, yeah? Okay. So this is when I ran the fastlane beta command, and basically it just exported and compressed dsim file, and then it exported and signed the IPA file, and now it is going to the test flight part of it, right? So here it first logins to my iTunes Connect account, then it uploads my build to test flight. So once it's done, it's basically gonna exit from here, right? And that's why I put skip waiting for build processing. Now let's look at a case where things were not so great, right? This is when things were not so great. So basically what happened over here was, I hadn't uploaded my build with the latest build number. So basically it's telling me that your build number is not the, you haven't updated your build number yet. So you're gonna have to do that and then re-upload. So it shows your error message for you. And here, since I've integrated with Slack also, so whenever there is a problem or whenever it uploads successfully, it shows my messages over here in the Slack channel. So all you need to do for this, you just have to go to your settings and then generate a hook for yourself, and you can just add that hook into your fast file over here. So you're setting an environment variable called Slack URL containing your hook, and this command Slack is basically sending a message saying deployment has started. So that's why you got that message over there. And after finishing your your beta lane upload, it basically goes to this part and says successfully deployed successfully deployed new app update. And if there's an error, then it throws me an exception. So that's what Fastlane can do. So next, what you see is so here's the thing. Whenever you're uploading your your React Native, whenever you're building your React Native app for production uploads and all that. So at that time you have to use this command, right? React Native bundle --dev and all that. So basically, how do we combine this with Fastlane, right? So that's why you go to your package.json and you see a couple of, you see the script key, right? And inside the scripts key, you basically put in all your scripts. So I put in a script called deploy iOS, which basically first runs my React Native bundle command, and it basically generates my iOS, IPA file for me, and then finally, it first creates your bundle for you, and then finally you use the Fastlane beta to generate your IPA file and upload it to this thing, test flight. So that's pretty much it. I was also going to show you how to do screenshots, but unfortunately I don't know how to write unit tests and UI tests yet in React Native. So probably the next time I'll show it to you. That's it. Yeah, it's 100% open source under the MIT license.
The access management system they provide.
Access management as
For authorization point of view.
Oh yeah.
Not everybody is allowed to submit the test point.
Yeah. As long as you have your Apple ID and you are an app manager on iTunes Connect, you can create your app entry on this thing iTunes Connect, right? So if you have that access, you can do it. Right? This is the cool thing. So usually when I use Xcode to apply, to upload an app to the App Store, it basically keeps giving me the fix issue button. Okay. And when that shows up and you press the fix issue button, it basically invalidates all your existing provisioning profiles, and it screws up things for your team members as well. And that's one scenario which all of us wanted to avoid, and that's why we made the switch to Fastlane. Right now I'm a member on the developer website, and I still can upload it without having to upgrade my account to admin every time I want to upload my app. So that's where it helped me a lot. So you get 100% control over what you're doing. It's not like when you basically generate an archive and then upload the build to App Store via Xcode. It basically makes you wait for so long. I used to sit up for like 6 hours a night, and I had to upload my builds to test flight. This basically cut it down to 20 minutes. So, and in fact, those 20 minutes are only for the first time. Afterwards, you can just automate it, and it becomes like 5 minutes for you. And future work is that I have to check out Travis and Jenkins and see if I can integrate with this. People have already done this, but I haven't done it yet, so I have to check it out. If I can create tests and run them, and basically we can automate everything, right? So that's the final agenda here. So when I did this for when I ran the snapshot command and all that for a native iOS app, this is what I got. So automating screenshots, right? Using Snapshot. It opens up the emulator for you. It takes the screenshots of each screen and for each language, for each screen size and everything, and it produces the output for you in a folder. And you can just use the deliver command, and it will upload everything to iTunes Connect. You don't have to do anything yourself. It's as easy as that. It also generates an HTML file. So basically you got this screenshots.html file, which you can distribute to your marketers or your testers, and basically they can check whether the actual design and the design that you has right now are the same or not. So it can do all of that for you. And then you have this amazing tool called FrameIt. So FrameIt, what it does is it basically puts all of these screenshots inside a device frame, like an iPhone 6. And you have a ready-made screenshot for it, and you can use that to market your app. So it can do all this stuff. But for Android, there is a problem. See, for Android, Google hasn't exposed its APIs like this. For Fastlane, there's something called Spaceship. So Spaceship basically allows you to control everything via your terminal. So you can create new members, you can create new admins, and you can do everything from your terminal. You don't have any problem. You even have a tool called boarding. So if you want to add external testers, you have to usually go to your iTunes Connect and then you have to add them, right? You don't even have to do that. Boarding basically creates a Heroku app for you, and you can just it's just an app. People can just type in their credentials in the form, and that's it. They are external testers now. It's as simple as that. No need to do everything yourself. So that's pretty much it. You can even manage your push notification profiles using the tool called PEM, and it will do everything for you. And that's pretty much it.
The PEM will support auto signing?
Yeah, so see, PEM is for push
certificate to distribution certificate if I need to switch.
Yeah.
So the PEM will support or SAI will support?
Yeah, SAI basically creates a provisioning profiles for you. This certificate stuff is managed by CERT. There's another great tool called Match. So Match is even better than both of these tools put together, because usually what will happen is you will have to go to your developer account, download each and every certificate profile and put it in your computer, right? You don't have to do all that. You take all the profiles and certificates, put it in a Git repository, encrypt it, and put it there. Okay. Whenever you want it, you just use Match and say Match App Store, and it will just pick up all the particular provisioning profiles and certificates that you need, and it will do everything for you. You don't have to do it yourself. So it's as good as that. Any questions? Any more questions?
Okay, so thanks very much, Dr. and Danny as well. They put in a lot of work in the last couple of days, because we had a couple of other speakers scheduled and they had to kind of back out. So they've actually jumped into, been put in a lot of effort to actually bring these presentations to us today. So thanks very much.